What if the thing you've been chasing is the very thing keeping you stuck? Most people believe they need more motivation, more inspiration, more energy. They tell themselves, I'll start when I feel motivated. And that single belief quietly steals years from their lives. Because motivation is one of the most misunderstood forces in human behavior. And today, we're going to talk about why it never lasts. Think about the last time you felt deeply motivated. Maybe it happened after watching an inspiring video, reading a powerful book, starting a new year, or imagining a better future. For a moment, everything felt possible. You were ready to change, ready to improve, ready to begin. Then a few days passed, maybe a few weeks, and the feeling disappeared. The alarm became harder to answer. The habit became easier to skip. The goal became less exciting. Suddenly, the future that felt so clear became distant again. This happens to almost everyone, not because people are lazy, not because they lack discipline, but because motivation was never designed to stay. Psychologists often describe motivation as an emotional state, and emotions are temporary by nature. They rise, they fall, they change, like weather moving across the sky. No one expects sunshine every day, yet many people expect endless motivation. And when it disappears, they assume something is wrong. There isn't. The problem begins when we build our lives around feelings. Feelings are powerful, but they are unreliable leaders. Imagine a stick figure standing beside a campfire. The fire burns brightly. It creates warmth, light, energy. This is motivation. It feels incredible. But eventually the fire becomes smaller. The flames fade, the heat weakens, and if the entire journey depended on that fire, the journey ends. This is why motivated people often struggle to stay consistent. They mistake emotional energy for lasting commitment. But lasting change comes from something different. Systems, habits, identity. A person who relies on motivation exercises when they feel inspired. A person who relies on systems exercises because it's what they do. One depends on emotion, the other depends on structure, and structure survives long after emotion disappears. Consider a bridge crossing a wide river. Motivation is the spark that helps you begin building it, but discipline places the boards. Consistency lays the foundation, and habits keep it standing. Without those things, the bridge never reaches the other side. The modern world encourages constant motivation. Everywhere you look, people are searching for another burst of inspiration, another quote, another video, another reason to begin. But the most successful people rarely spend their lives chasing motivation. Instead, they reduce the need for it. They create environments that make good decisions easier. They remove friction. They build routines. They automate positive behavior. And over time, progress becomes less emotional and more automatic. There is a hidden freedom in this, because when you stop depending on motivation, you stop negotiating with yourself. You stop asking, do I feel like it today? And start asking, is this the person I'm becoming? That's a very different question. Identity changes everything. A person who sees themselves as healthy behaves differently. A person who sees themselves as disciplined behaves differently. A person who sees themselves as a creator creates even when inspiration is absent, because identity remains when motivation leaves. The truth is that motivation is a visitor. It arrives unexpectedly. It inspires action, and then it moves on. The mistake is expecting it to stay forever. Instead, use motivation the way sailors use wind. When it arrives, move forward. Build momentum. Create systems. Establish habits. Prepare for the calm days that will eventually come. Because they always come. And on those days, your systems become more valuable than your feelings. One workout doesn't change a life. One productive morning doesn't change a life. But repeated actions do. Tiny choices repeated consistently become extraordinary results. Not because they feel exciting, but because they compound over time. Years from now, the life you build won't be the result of temporary motivation. It will be the result of what you continue doing after motivation disappeared. That's where transformation happens. Not in moments of inspiration, but in moments of consistency. So the next time motivation fades, don't panic. Don't assume you've failed. Don't wait for another emotional spark. Keep moving, even slowly, even imperfectly, because progress doesn't belong to the most motivated people. It belongs to the people who continue after motivation leaves. This is the quiet upgrade. Small shifts, extraordinary lives. And sometimes, the most powerful shift is learning to move forward without waiting to feel ready. Until next time, keep showing up.